Hey everybody, I'm Neil Ronahan here at Nintendo World Report TV, and with me is Don Koopman, and we're going to talk about Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. So Don, you've been playing the game. How do you feel about it so far?
Well, if you have read the preview or not, it depends on when you hear this, I don't really like the game that much.
Now, why is that?
Well, there are various reasons for that. It already starts up when you boot up the game, surprisingly enough. Because the splash screen is a white background with the logo.
It seems like it might have been rushed. Like, there's not... Like, it might have been pushed to kind of make up for the gap of Star Fox Zero. Does that seem to be what the case might be?
Yeah, it seems to me the only solution, because, honestly, I think this is even less than Mario Tennis Open in every given way.
Now, what exactly is the breakdown of modes in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash?
So, the menu, which is not crazy exciting looking, by the way, has 6 options, and the big one is Mega Battles. This one they put front and center with a big panel right there in front of the main menu. Then you have the classic tennis. Then you have a minigame called Mega Ball Rally. There's Knockout Challenge for the single player people online, and then the rewards that you can unlock.
Okay, so then Mega Battle, is that any kind of progression, or is it just singular tennis matches using the goofy big mushroom thing that was at E3?
Mega Battles is just singular battles with the goofy Mega Mushroom thing.
Okay, so is there any kind of progression in this game, or is it just playing random matches of tennis?
Well, yeah, even the single player mode is that. It's just fighting random opponents.
Okay. That doesn't sound too great, because even Mario Tennis Open, for all the crap that game did receive, it did have, something of a tournament mode that you could go through.
Yeah, and surprisingly enough, before I wrote the preview, I actually went back to Mario Tennis Open, and the difference to me was sort of shocking. It had 4 minigames, it had, which are actually kind of fun.
Yeah, and then that's how you unlocked a lot of the characters that way, right? And then...
Yeah, and there was the tournament mode, just like you said, which became progressively harder.
Yeah, I remember the last couple tournaments in that were very challenging. The early ones were very easy, but there was a nice curve there.
Yeah, when I went back to my old save, I found out it was at the last tournament. I kind of beat it in that afternoon. So that's a nice thing to do, I guess. But yeah, there is nothing really inspired to this game. And it is Mario Tennis without the charm of Mario Tennis.
That's very disappointing. Is the gameplay at least fine, even if there's not that much to do in it?
The gameplay is fine. I do feel, in some regards, it feels even less than Mario Tennis Open. And I say that for a few reasons. The first one is, that in Mario Tennis Open, the circle would light up when you are really sure that you're doing the special attack in those chance shot circles. You don't really get an indication that you are doing that in Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. So you only know it when the shot is actually fired. Before that, it just sort of sparkles, but you never are too sure. And the other thing about it is actually in the name subtitle, Ultra Smash. So when your opponent does a weak shot, you can press the Y button 2 times and it will send the ball harder flying back to your opponent.
As if it were an Ultra Smash of some sort.
Yes. The problem sort of is that there's no guarantee still that you're getting that point, because your opponent has still a chance to strike back.
Yeah.
Especially when they have a Mega Mushroom. So there's absolutely almost no point to it. So even the small changes that they make it feel somewhat less, because without that Ultra Smash, the matches flow a lot better.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing.
Because because your opponents are just a bunch of cheating bastards.
So outside of, I guess, like the lackluster single player stuff and like local multiplayer, how's the online? Have you been able to check it out?
Yeah, I will get back to the Knockout Challenge in a bit, because there's more insulting about that than you actually know, but I will get back to that. Online. The big thing first. There is no friends option.
Oh, what?
Not at all. There is no way for you to play with friends. There are no communities like Mario Tennis Open.
So it's just bare bones as bare bones can be?
There is a singles and a doubles option. Then you get to choose your modes between Mega Battle, Simple, and Standard.
Okay.
And then the length, which can only be a 2-game 1-set match or a tiebreaker.
Okay, that's very disappointing. Can't you... I remember hearing something, can you bring your Amiibo online to, like, fight with you, right?
If you're playing in doubles, you can bring a friend or an Amiibo with you, yeah.
Okay, that's cool. How is the Amiibo stuff in general? Is it, I mean...
But I do want to say this, you can't bring another person from online to your own team.
So it just randomly, it's someone online?
So you have to bring with you an Amiibo or another player.
Oh, okay. So as in, it's like locally. Not like, so basically it's like you and a second person in your home on your Wii U would then go online together.
Yeah.
And there's no way to do a doubles match without having an Amiibo or a second person next to you.
Yeah.
Oh, what? But how's like training Amiibo? Because it seems like it's somewhat similar to Smash Brothers in that regard.
Not really.
Okay, so it just.
So
I mean, it's a similar idea, though, right?
It is a similar idea. But every 5 matches you will get a single stat boost. And you get at the max you get 10 slots. And then your Amiibo is all filled up. You can change those stats by going to a special Amiibo training menu. But changing one of those shots actually costs you coins. And these coins you actually get through the entire game, but the only effective way to get it is through Knockout Challenge, which is really, really boring.
Alright,
talking about Knockout Challenge, because we touched about it a little bit, I played through it twice. And that mode has like a minimal of 30 stages, where at stage 15 you fight Bowser, and at stage 30 you fight Dry Bowser.
Okay, so what exactly do you do in these? It's just it's matches over and over again?
It's matches, but they are tiebreakers and mega battles.
Okay, so it's very fast-paced, like you're going through these stages very quickly.
Yeah, you're going through them very quickly. The first 15 are mostly the 3 basic, like, undergrounds, and then it becomes more curious after that stage 15. But every time you continue your streak, the amount of coins you earn is getting increasingly larger. And that is massively broken, because once you finish that Knockout Challenge twice, you can almost buy every single unlockable in the game. Because there are requirements to unlock these unlockables, but you can just spend all of your coins unlocking every single one here.
And what are some of the unlockables? I know there's a couple characters that you can get, but what else is there?
There are a couple of characters like Bowser Jr., which is amazing because he flows around in his clown car.
Can you switch to the other Koopa Kids, or is that only a Smash Brothers Mario Kart thing?
No, only.
Man, well, it'll be like all the different colored Yoshis that you could get in Mario Tennis Open, except for it'll be the different Koopa Kids, which would actually be way more appealing.
Yeah, but they didn't do that. For the rest, there are the various underground, or aka courts, as they like to call them. And then there are the star characters and 2 unlockable difficulty things for the CPUs.
Okay.
But the star characters do nothing. I haven't noticed a single difference between them.
I mean, it's such a bummer, because I thought that, Mario Tennis Open, coming off of, Camelot sports games, that seemed to be, it was different from the previous portable ones, but that was a solid game. And Mario Golf World Tour back on 3DS last year, that was a really good golf game, I thought. And seeing that Mario Tennis Ultra Smash just seems to be a step back possibly the most feature non-complete of any Mario Tennis game this side of the Virtual Boy. Like, it's just that's a bummer.
It's a big bummer. Haven't come to the most insulting part of Knockout Challenge. So all of these opponents are random, right? At one point, I had 3 Toads in a row.
That's
fun. Was just like, what the fudge? Come on, man! And that's when I decided to shut the game off. It's like, no, thank you. I don't need to play this anymore. But like, the single minigame is also not really that interesting because Mega Ball Rally is just bouncing a ball back and forth and seeing how long you can do it. And the one time is fun, but the only unlockable is doing it 100 times in a row, and after that there's not really an intention to go back to it.
Weird.
And with Mega Battles, honestly, especially in doubles, it makes it kind of unbalanced because the other player can't really do much when the other player in your team is having a Mega Mushroom, because that one is ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah, they take up like half the court.
Yeah, and the other really problem with it is the other side of it will just try to defend as much as possible until the Mega Mushroom expires.
Yeah.
So there's not really an advantage either way to having that Mega Mushroom there.
Yeah, it just seemed to add like unnecessary chaos, and especially because you have that like, you know, them getting larger, that animation. I remember the E3 demo; it was just very almost laborious to get the Mega Mushrooms, and it didn't even seem like it was that much of like a killer advantage.
Yeah, you mostly get it. The time will decrease if you are behind in the match, but that's no guarantee to win the match.
Yeah,
there's no guarantee to turn the match around. Like in the previous games, especially on GameCube, there was always a chance that you could turn the match around. It doesn't feel like it that way with the Mega Mushroom.
Yeah. I mean, this is just, it's crazy disappointing. Are there even any motion controls in this game, or is it all buttons now?
It's all buttons.
Okay.
So,
which isn't a bad thing, but considering that like Wii Sports Tennis was a huge deal, it's weird to think that finally a new Mario Tennis game in a post-Wii motion control world, and it doesn't even have motion controls.
You know what? That would actually make the game exciting, and I don't think they want that. So
yeah, they just want to make it as cut and dry as possible, as quickly as you can get a release out this year. Just do it.
Because you can play with the remote on its side.
Okay.
And you can play with the classic controller and the pro controller, but yeah, you can't play with the motion controls. To me, like still the most insulting thing is there's just one single stadium.
Yeah, that's weird. Because that's like bucks the trend of literally every other Mario Tennis game this side of Virtual Boy.
And it goes back to my point. It feels like Mario Tennis without the charm.
Yeah,
it's literally just standing there in that single stadium, which is nicely detailed, by the way.
Yeah.
It's nicely put together.
It's an HD. It looks good.
Yeah, but it's just boring to watch after a while.
Yeah.
It's just visually draining.
Well, that's super disappointing. You can read all about this if you want to know more. You can read all about this on the preview up on NintendoWorldReport.com, and we'll have more coverage of the game coming up on its November 19th, 20th, or 21st launch, depending on where you live. And we'll have way more coverage of this game, this sad, disappointing game, in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to Nintendo World Report TV and leave a comment below if you have any questions of any sort. Thank you.
Bye-bye.